Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk. Happy calendar New Year. Today is Thursday, January 2nd. It is a a number 2 day, not a 2 day, because today is today, right? It's not yet tomorrow. And it's definitely not yesterday. It is a 2 day, a day of balance or things coming into balance, partnership, and things of the such. If you are watching this on the YouTube replay, hello, hello, hello. Let's tap in and see. Got to cover up all my notes, right? What's going on for today on this lovely Thursday? Looks like Mercury is moving into the sign of, oh, wait. And the moon is moving, into Aquarius? No, that is not Aquarius. With these transits that's going on, it's very, 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 I can't stress it enough, very important now more than ever to pay attention to the signs. We were paying attention to the signs last year, right? And we tried to stay on top of the different things going on, right? But with Mercury moving into Pisces and the moon moving into Pisces tomorrow is very, very important that you not only pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, but you pay attention to your dreams. There is so much going on. And I know this is Divine Love Talk. We like to talk about all things life, love, and spirit. But today, the energy is heavy on life and spirit. So many of you have been doing the work to get closer to your spirit guides, to grow deeper in your faith, to grow deeper within your own spirituality. Keep going. You're going to need that in order to help you these next few months as we prepare for the eclipse season that is coming up in March, as well as the true New Year, which happens on the spring equinox. Understand at this time, whether we're talking about your love life or life in general, nothing is happening by coincidence. Nothing is happening by happenstance or just because. Everything is being orchestrated. Some of it is divinely orchestrated. Some of it is man orchestrated. And by man, I mean the powers that be, especially here in the United States where we're getting ready to change office. The presidential office. There's going to be a lot of, what do they call those? False flags, red flags, red herrings. But it's up to you to pay attention, right? Not everybody can be saved. A lot of us have to learn how to save ourselves by trusting our own intuition and our spirit guides, as well as what they are sharing with us, what they are telling us. But if you don't have that communion, if you don't have that trust, right, if you don't have that faith, it's going to be hard to have that communion. Something I always share with the collective is that here in New York City, the day that 9/11 was supposed to happen, I was supposed to be in Building 5, right? Opening up a new retail location for the store I worked at the time. A very, very young and still teenage, but yet ambitious Etta was about to do big things in the big girl city, right? But at the very, very last minute, there was a shift. And my guys were like, you know what? Go tomorrow, right? The next day, even though I really wanted to go that day. And as much as I wanted to be in the city that day on 9/11, before 9/11 was 9/11, right, I trusted my intuition and went to work at my regular location. And maybe 10 minutes after I started my shift, the news started to come through of what was happening. I use that as an example for us all to trust our intuition, no matter how much it may inconvenience us or maybe throw a damper on our day, right? Maybe some of you were planning this huge birthday party this year, and at the last minute, you get the word to cancel it. After all that preparation, do yourself and your future self a favor, right? And cancel it. As I look down to see Nikki, hi Nikki, always listen to your instincts. You have to. The animals do it. Dogs, cats, horses, pigs, birds, bees, alligators, crocodiles, they all do it. It's just us, right? We're like the Mad Hatter. Most of us are like the Mad Hatter. We always got something to do, places to be, folks to talk to, and all of that stuff. As we go through these next 3 months, please slow down. If you have hard-headed children, because the apple don't fall far from the tree, right? Get them to slow down as well. Please and thank you. We're going to see who's here and then get into the general reading, right? We finally decided those of you who subscribe to the live here, right, will get 1 card pulls. Those paid subscribers to the Patreon will get the regular mini readings going forward. If you're subscribed to the live, also pick up your free subscription to the Patreon, because we are posting daily messages on there, and I'll be offering a bunch of free subscriptions between now and March. So definitely claim yours. It's going to be free for a year, and please follow me on YouTube and keep hitting the like button. It lets TikTok know that this is the real Etta Mystic Healer, right? And not one of those copycat pages. J Max, how are you? Happy calendar New Year to you all. What if we didn't get a reading for December? I will allow that, Jasenia, especially just because it's Jasenia. How are you, Jasenia? How are you, J Max? Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you for the likes. And please trust your intuition and beware of the fake Eddas. I will never DM you first. I promise you I won't. There's just no reason for me to. If I really have a message for you, because we're together here on live, I'll say, hey, Breezy, can I send you an email later? Can I reach out to you later? And it's up to you to grant that permission. Hi, Breezy. How are you? Hi, Momo. Ooh, Margie. Intuition is my superpower, along with red lipstick. I love it, but you're absolutely right? Intuition is your superpower. Use it, you magical, beautiful, soulful beings. Boogie, I had a dream I pushed out a baby, which has more than just a literal meaning, babe. Especially as you approach your solar return. I love that. I love that a lot for you. Go slower. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Loca. Most of the time I listen. Sometimes I'm distracted. Oh, baby, you'll be fine. Because I bet you always listen when it matters the absolute most. You have a similar story from this weekend? Margie, please share. Please share. Whimsical Pisces. Thank you. That is this month, huh? It is Breezy. Breezy. Lovable 490. Thank you. Louise, please. My love, take care of yourself. Take care of your littles. Take care of yourself, right? All my high priests and priestesses, really take care of yourself, right? Meditate, pray, do the things that you do. Thank you, Angela, because it's necessary. It's downright required at this point. Figure it fit. Hello. The energy is so heavy. Anybody from New York City or Washington, D.C. on the live? Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this real quick. I'm not going to give too much energy into it because a lot of it is going to go over your heads. Just cuz. So here on New Year's Eve, we had torrential downpours about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the ball dropped, and the ball didn't drop on time the way it was supposed to. But that's another story. But for the first time ever, for an evers that I can remember, right? And New Year's Eve is one of my favorite times of year because it's one of my eldest brother's birthday on the 1st, right? So happy birthday to him. It's never rained that hard or the thunder be that loud. If you actually listened, it sounded like it was singing something. It was reclaiming. And I forget who I was talking to yesterday, right? It was reclaiming something. For a lot of my light workers, a lot of my priestesses, with all the hoopla that's going on for the collective, for you guys, 2025 is going to be a year of reclaiming your throne, reclaiming the spot that people try to talk you out of, push you out of, and things of that nature. But also in the thunder, we heard, for those of you who were paying attention, that is going to be a ish show for the next 3 months or so as the wind picks up outside, right? As we approach, right, the spring equinox, which is the true new year, and the eclipses that's happening then, right? If you want to stay on top of all the other cosmic happenings, I hope you've been using your astrology planner and noting things down so you yourself can make the connections and follow the timeline, because there is something that's going to happen to correspond, right, in the New Jersey, New York area where we had that earthquake last April. There's something that's going to happen before next April that is its corresponding factor, they're calling it. Not to be all doom and gloom and it's going to be the end of the world. Nothing like that, right? Just another battle to be fought and won, right? In the battle of good versus evil. I'm sure you heard about the Pope opening up the portals on Christmas Eve, right? It's no coincidence that a week later we have the freak storms, right? The thundering, right? The mass you know what. And we had one in my home city of Queens, right? Which we typically haven't, I don't remember hearing about. Like, even though it was G related, I don't remember something like that happening before, right? Where so many people were pew-pewed at the same time, right? That they labeled it a mass you know what. Which is another confirmation for you to, if you have planned to go somewhere and your guys said, sit this one out, sit it out. Especially for the high priests and priestesses that are with us. Pay attention. How many times have you heard in the news that the Northern Lights were available to be seen in your area? Where 2-3 years ago, that maybe happened once, twice, maybe 3 times for the year, but it seems to be happening almost all the time. Pay attention. We're not going to talk about the 3 of them, Jasenia, right? Because we're trying not to get flagged or booted. Buddha. The 3 of them that fell out the sky on the same day, right? All these anomalies, all these coincidences are not coincidental at all, right? But for believers, for people who trust the process and have faith, you know what this is all adding up to. Intuitively, you've been preparing for this day for the past 2-3 years, right? Gotcha, you're right. We have northern lights all the time. The energy feels weird at night, at least here in New York City. And I live by the water, right? It's not the same. There's definitely something going on. What that something is, you have to pay attention to. You really have to pay attention to. Trust your intuition. Trust your guides will not abandon you, but you gotta pay attention, because they can only send out these messages within a certain amount of time, right, before you have to take action. Think of somebody like Archangel Michael and how many people he is called to protect, right? He can't hold all of our hands at the same time and walk us through the hard parts at the same time. Some of us really have to be self-motivated, right? A lot of people like to use that on their resume, right? They work well in teams, but they are self-motivated and can do it on their own. Once you get that notice, you got to be able to provide results, because that's literally the deciding factor as to whether or not you will see your personal solar return this year or not. I'm not allowed to walk without holding hands. Same, auntie, same. Seen a video yesterday of a globe from the 60s. Can you send that to me, please? Hi, Newhart. Oh, I love your pic. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Perry, it's been a long time since we chit-chatted. How are you? Are the poles shifting? They've been shifting since that December tsunami. When was that? 2004? 5? The one that happened. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? They made movies on it to get us all outside and breathe that air. Oh my goodness, Margie. Loca, sleep, right? If you've been getting the notion you're tired and you don't know why, rest, right? Because that's when you're getting your downloads and being prepared. Hi, Marcy. We didn't quite start just yet. We've just been channeling. The thunder Newhart was so bad. Even on the second floor, it felt like the whole house was going to just buckle. It rumbled the house so bad, it felt like the house was going to buckle from the center. So many horrible, heavy things happened on New Year's Eve. Breezy, right? Right. I can't speak for other countries, but at least here in the States, especially with the major cities. All right, let's get into the message. See what else comes out for the collective. Biggest takeaway for those of you who are just joining us, right? Pay attention to your intuition. Always pay attention to your intuition. But now, more than ever, most especially, pay attention to your intuition. I explained that I am anointed and covered, that my life does. Wow, Margie, that is something. All right. 1:43 here, Eastern Standard Time. If you missed any part of the message, it will be posted on the YouTube channel, so feel free to look at it at your leisure. But right now, we're going to get into the message for the collective to see what else we need to be made aware of on this Thursday. And it's going to be, we'll leave that on the floor, right? The Divine Feminines. We're going to pull messages from the feminine goddesses. Feel free to continue commenting and such if you want to share what you're feeling. As these messages come out, definitely drop it in the chat. The moderators are here to make sure everything stays safe, and I'll get to your messages and comments as soon as I'm done with the channeling. Any other messages for the collective on this Thursday, right? I'll put you right here. And maybe we'll get to 3 or 4 personals today. We'll see how we are time-wise after pulling the messages. Anything else the collective needs to hear on this day? Ooh, y'all saw that. All right. And let's get a few from the divine feminines. What other messages do you have for the collective on this Thursday? Okay. So, at least one of you is sitting over there wondering, well, if this is going on and we need to pay attention to our intuition, that means something wicked this way comes. And you're right? But that doesn't delay or postpone whatever package you have coming for 2025, right? Whatever karma with the 17, which is 8, that you have coming for this 2025, it will not be stolen from you. All of the hard work you've been putting in over the months will not be pushed to the side while the globe is going through massive changes, right? While this good versus evil is going on. As long as you continue doing the work, whatever you have ordered, right? Whatever intentions you've set, whatever prayers you've set, right, will come down for you, right? The show does not stop, nor can it be stolen, however. And paying attention to your intuition. Also, pay attention to how people around you are moving, whether you know them or not, right? The same way Hebrews 13:2 tells us, be mindful to entertain strangers, because some of us have entertained angels unaware. Some of those angels are really D words, right? The same way angels can maneuver through other beings is the same way other things can maneuver through beings as well. So if people are going out of their way to be mean to you, to annoy you, to try to get under your skin, to try to assert dominance or fling their weight around, pay them no mind, right? That's the other side trying to come in and prevent this gift from happening. If you find yourself at work or at school or in the neighborhood and people are all of a sudden, whether you're 17 or 70, people out of the blue are starting to pick on you, that is your personal telltale sign that you are about to go through some type of extreme elevation. And the haters are already showing their heads, right? They're already rearing their ugly heads. Remember, what goes around comes around. This is a point in time for you to be patient, kind, and understanding. A few weeks ago, we got the message that it's not the time to crash out, right? It's not the time to turn the other cheek and show them that side of you that smites people into Neverland, right? To the opposite side of the universe. Now is not the time for it. Now is the time to take note of the fuckery and keeping it pushing, right? A lot of people who are especially going out of their way because they have that air of, who do you think you are, right? You're a whole magical being. And sometimes your magic, well, not sometimes, a lot of the times your magic, your light pisses off people because it's not something they could buy in stores. It can't be bought or manufactured. It's something that you're born with it, right? Maybe it's Maybelline. No, you're born with it or you're not, right? The blessings. Oh, people think, and we got this message like last week, people think they're mad now because of how bright. You see all this light coming in, shining off for you. Wait till they get a load of you in the next few months. As calamities happening in this area, things are falling apart in that area. How does the verse go? 1,000 may fall at your right hand. That's the season, my dear, you're walking into. But do not walk into that season blindly. If someone shows you that they are a Judas, treat them as such. If someone shows you that they don't have your best interests at heart, treat them as such, right? Don't use this as an opportunity that because I'm covered, I'm blessed and highly favored. Yeah, I'm going to have dinner with that person. That'll be the last dinner you ever have in your life. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Coming into this privilege, unexpected income, gifts. Now, privileged lady, right? Or man, right? The energy of having it all. Abundance on every single level. And as you get closer to having this abundance on every single level, how they say new levels bring out new devils. The devils are going to be out, nipping at your ankles. You know what we do when small critters nip at the ankles, right? That's when you could turn the other cheek and kick them into oblivion. Because they are coming directly to knock you. Oh, look at that. Not only do you have the privileged lady and the wealthy man, but what's standing in between them? A lot of these people that are going out of their way to piss you off or to get in your way or to bully you and things of that nature, they're coming specifically to knock you off your square, to get you distracted to the point where you forget what your mission is because you want to deal with the scallywag and put them in their place since they have no idea who you are and you want to show them. Now is not the time to show them unless they really have you backed in the corner. Then you show them who you are with the same grace that they extended to you. Okay? During this season of change and elevation, yes, you are blessed. Yes, you are favored. Yes, you are covered. But don't go jumping in the fire. Move accordingly. This change in the wind, change is coming for you on a personal level. Change is coming for the collective on the global level. It isn't all good nor bad. It's necessary, right? And there will be many, 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 many casualties of this war that's going on between light and evil. Just make sure you don't get too caught up in which side you're on. Mind your heart. And just keep focused on the knowingness that you're about to receive wish fulfillment on every single level. And you don't see this coming. See how both of these individuals have their view directly ahead of them? That's the energy you guys, we all are asked to carry in this moment. Expectation is in the reverse. They don't want you to think about it. They don't want you to worry about it. They just want you to know that this is happening, right? And here we go back to 26 with those 8s and karma, right? Reaping what you've sown when it comes to wish fulfillment. It's happening. But there's a lot of other things happening, right? Got to pull this one off camera because y'all know this deck is spicy, right? And it's the energy of Mom Lambo, right? But she's in the reverse, right? It talks about self-sabotage. A lot of you did sit with last week's message about getting in your own way. I think it was the last message we channeled before the new year. A lot of you actually took that to heart. Yay for you, right? Sitting in the energy of no longer letting your thoughts get the best of you, right? Especially those self-deprecating, self-handicapping, right? That rhetoric you're leaving behind in 2024, and I love that for you guys. Next we have, and I love this even more. They're really like highlighting this part again. A lot of the times when this oracle comes out, right, regeneration, yes, it talks about rebirth and resurrection and believers between Ash Wednesday and Easter is going to be a time. Keep in mind that even the forest, with its lush greenery and its ecosystem and everything going accordingly to plan, right, will start its own fire to burn it all down to the ground. The acorns pop off the trees, they fall to the ground, and that heat causes them to open up and the seeds to go deep into the ground for the forest to regenerate itself, with the help, of course, of the divine. A lot of you were thrown out and counted out, right, because of your situations in 2024 and how life looked for you then. That was then. This is now, right? And another reminder that regardless of how dark it gets, what you're hearing on the news, right, what people are talking about, the loss, because there will be loss. There will be great loss. Some of you are going to have that loss hit home and lose the person that matters to you the most, right? Lose them physically, not just emotionally, right? And you're strongly encouraged to be okay with that, because all that means is that you needed an angel on the other side. During this season of rebirth and regeneration, we have all this craziness going on around us. Make sure you maintain the calm within you, right? Because a lot of the stuff that's going on, right? You heard about the Tesla truck. You heard about what happened in New Orleans. You heard about what happened at Times Square, right? The only way those things can be avoided is if we trust our intuition and not go, right? You heard about the young lady on the train, right? That was, the only way we can stop that or control that, right, is by trusting our intuition. But we can't control none of that. But we can control ourselves. We can control our feelings. We can control where we are and where we are not by trusting our intuition. I cannot stress this enough, right? During this time where you're about to hit that spot you've been dreaming of, elevate into that place of being, that stability that you've been dreaming of, there's going to be so much thrown at you on the personal level and on the collective level. Let's take COVID, right? Totally caught us off guard, right? We learned about pandemics in school and we're like, yeah, that's a pandemic, right? Answer the questions right on the test, but a lot of us who are living today never experienced it. People lost their jobs, people lost their sanity, people lost their lives, right? There are people still suffering from the mental, emotional, and spiritual repercussions that happened during that time. However, there are many more people that were made millionaires during that time, that found their happily ever after during that time, that started their era of thriving and are still in it since that time. History has shown us, at least in the United States, I can't speak for anywhere across the globe, but if you are, and we have so many Soul Tribe members, right, from across the globe, we have members from Cali to Cape Town and everywhere in between, right? If you track your nation's history, you will find there's been times where the country was going through the worst of it, but there were a handful of people becoming megastars, becoming multimillionaires, right? Rockefeller is one of those people, right? He was born on a potato farm or something like that, right? And decided he wanted to be rich. Not only did he become filthy rich, but created multi-generational wealth that is still expanding to this day. Do not get caught in the disillusionments of what's going on for everyone else. Remember the promise that was made to you. Remember the promise that was made to you. Remember the promise that was made to you. Not the promise that was made to Breezy, because that's Breezy's promise and Breezy's business. Not the promise that was made to Momo, because that's her business, right? The promise that was made to you, that vision that keeps repeating itself, keeps reminding you that this is where you are supposed to be, regardless of what's going on in the world, in the universe. Yeah, it happens, but it doesn't have to happen to you. It can happen to you if allowed. Going back to these two individuals, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes focused on where you're going. Your guides are behind you 100%. Your angel team is behind you 1,000%, right? You have all the support you need. It may not feel like that 24/7, 365. There are days where you're like, WTF, God, like what's going on? Even Jesus was like WTF on his last moments on the cross. It happens. But it's usually around that moment where you think you've had enough. That's when your breakthrough comes through. So start practicing gratitude for it now, right? And here's my girl. Oh, yeah. The storms have to come. The fall apart has to happen. Those tower moments have to happen. Things fall apart so they can come together with this 4, which is another number of balance, which is also the number of the crossroads, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Karma. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it, especially if you trust the process. Trust yourself. You have a very specific mission, a very specific purpose that you were set onto this earth to do. Do it. Do it. Regardless of who wants to say what about it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it without hesitation. Take note of what's going on. Take the necessary physical precautions that you must to safeguard your life and the lives of the ones you love. But you are a whole spiritual being who is in touch, in tuned, plugged in at all times to the universe. Just like animals will all of a sudden start seeking higher grounds before the weather service even announces that a storm is coming through. Once you really get good at tapping into your intuition, you'll be doing the same. You'll be able to look outside, look at how the clouds are moving and how the birds are chirping and determine whether or not you should go on with your day as planned or you should make alternate arrangements. But it requires you to pay attention and the willingness to learn. The animals have been doing this for eons. We, along the way of evolving or devolving, right? Lost that ability to consciously, babies do it, right? But somewhere along the way, we lose our ability to be tapped in and tuned in at all times. These next 3 months are an amazing time, a fertile time to reclaim, going back to the energy of how we started out, right? Reclaiming that ability. You're going to need it. You're going to need to be able to tell time without looking at your watch. You're going to be able to plant something in the ground that you can eat at a later time. Figure it out. Even my city dwellers, right? As the wind picks up again. You're going to have to be able to remember how to fend for yourself without going to the supermarket. You're going to have to remember how to purify water. Y'all see that? This is not a time for fear. It's a time for preparation, love. Especially when it comes to this happily ever after. That is your message. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about in these here comments. And we will take it from there. Like the sun is like eating me up right in my face. Oh my goodness. I'm here for it though. Out here in these streets, Auntie Auntie, I'm glad you were here for this message. I really, really am. So glad you were here for this message. Hi, Portia. Hi, John. I'm sick of these tower moments, Grandpa. That's too bad. It is really, truly, loca. Too bad. Hi, Samantha. You have a phoenix tattoo on you for a reason. I'm here for it, Portia. The Dark Knight is in the house. Hello, Dark Knight. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being with us. Thank you all for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. Yes, I did burn the table by accident. By accident. From the ashes we rise. Indeed, John. Indeed. Like, how down are my angels? Like, they need to do extra credit. They probably do. So, yes, sir. Boogie, I love you. I love you. Luxury Long, thank you for the follow. John, thank you. Coordinated distractions. Don't get too caught up in those coordinated distractions. It's very easy to, right? Because like once you start paying attention, it kind of pulls you in, right? That's what they're designed to do. From everything, from the visuals to the frequency, they're designed to pull you in and distract you. Remember what your focus is. Hey, Vanessa, how art thou? I'm not sure about how stuff is about to work out, but I'm trusting my guides. Yes, Boogie. Yes, yes, yes. Power is power. Stand in it, stand on it. Yes, Whimsical Pisces, yes. Focusing on my present. It better be that baby and the burrito. In that order, or can the burrito... Are we super specific? I'm too pretty to fight in this level. Word, J-Max. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I move in silence. My plans are my own. I love that for you. I like that a lot, actually. Thank you guys for the gifts and the roses. I appreciate it. Oodles and oodles. I do. So many people have been spiteful, and I'm like, okay, you need healing. I love that. I really do. A lot of them do, right? That's why your light irritates them so much, because, again, who are you, right? With that same type of energy. But little do they know, rather than being irritated by your light, you guys have crossed paths, are in communication, so they can be inspired by your light. Poor little Ting Ting. They'll eventually figure it out. I was trying to fast yesterday, but I needed food energy. I lasted 9 hours. That's actually a very long time. Very proud of you. The weather here in San Diego has been oddly suspicious than normal. It's been suspicious everywhere, right? Very suspicious during our winter, right? During our winter. Jasenia, where art thou? Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth, Momo. Right? Rah rah. Hello. All right, so we have no pen and paper. Well, I have paper. My pen is like nowhere to be found. We have Jasenia, Momo, and then Vanessa in that order. And then after Vanessa, we'll see if we'll do any more pulls. And again, subscribers to the live get one pull, one card, and subscribers to the Patreon get the mini reading. Right? Paid subscribers, I should say, to the Patreon get mini readings. And we are offering... All right, after Boogie, so it's Jasenia, Momo, Vanessa, and then Boogie. We're going to tackle those four and take it from there. So yes, subscribers to the live get the 1 card pull. Subscribers to the Patreon get the mini reading. Whew. So we're going to shift the energy to the lovely Jasenia. Then Margie, you get to pick to choose which one you want. The choice is yours. And of course, you guys can always get a personal reading, or as I like to call them, a soul session. By requesting one, right? All that information's in the bio, right? I love doing beginning of the year readings because it kind of sets the tone and lets you know what to expect, what changes to make, and things of that nature. But going back to Jasenia, are you ready? Did you have a specific question, or would you like a general message? Hi, Cherise. I just love that name. General message from Spirit, yay, right? On this second day of the fiscal new year, right? You know what it is that we celebrate another reason, right? The fiscal new year happens now versus the calendar new year, which happens on the spring equinox, right? While one half of the country, of the globe, I should say, is transitioning from winter to spring, the other side is transitioning from fall to winter, right? So in order to get everybody on the same page, January 1st was arbitrarily chosen by, I'm guessing, the colonizers, probably them folk, right? There's so much attached to January 1st and why it was chosen to be the first month, when we all know Aries kicks off the first month, right? All right, Jasenia, pick your pile. You have the moldavite, the clear quartz, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? Oh, look at that light coming through the moldavite. That makes it look very prehistoric. Ooh. I really like how this looks with the sun beaming through it. The shell. Since this moldavite wants to be in the sun, we'll just leave you there in the sunlight. All right. You have Tati. Hey, my kind of people. Haitian Independence Day. Speaking about Haitian Independence Day, remind me to circle back around to that, right? Jasenia, and I'm truly moving away from the comments because Tati just pulled me in a whole other direction, but gives a message for the collective, right? Especially with this Knight of Pentacles coming out for Jasenia. Is there anything else Jasenia needs to know in this moment? Ooh. So this card, I'll leave this here, move you down. The 8, right? Stop it. You stay here, you stay there. This one, the 8 of Swords, came out yesterday on the Patreon reading, right? And it talked about getting out of one's head, right? Especially when it comes to the person that you think is your person. We have the 8 here, we have the 8 here, right? Talking about karma, but it's also talking about Not getting caught up too much in titles right now. Is this my soulmate? Is this my twin flame? Is this going to be my husband? Are we going to spend forever and ever 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 with? Well, technically you have spent forever and ever. We're counting all the lifetimes you've incarnated together. But most importantly, they need you to get out of your head, right? They really, really need you to get out of your head, because everything with this courtship card that was crossing the Eight of Swords is letting us know that everything, regardless of what it looks like in your relationship, is happening exactly the way it's supposed to. Now, that long awaited thing, and when we're talking about pentacles, we're talking about earth signs, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but we're also talking about stability, right? Commitment. And we know the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but knights always get the job done. While it may seem, according to Jasenia's timeline, that things are not unfolding the way that it's supposed to, they don't want you to be concerned. They just want you to go with the flow as much as possible. Any last words for the lovely Jasenia, right? Well, that's way too many. We're not going to take all of that. Can we just keep it simple? Any last words for Jasenia? Biggest takeaway is getting out of... They're just intent on giving you all of these, right? I think this feels like the loudest one for you. Letting go of control issues and getting out of your head, right? Oh, do you need to screenshot that for future reference? Maybe make it your screensaver for the week. Allow this and every situation to unfold naturally. This feels like one of your spirit guides, like, she's at it again. She's in her head again. I wish you would just chill out, Jasenia. They're literally asking you to chill out, right? And this person looks totally devastated at what's going on, right? Totally devastated. And they're just like, get yourself together, right? The angels are like, we're right here. You are clutching his pearls. You're not alone, right? Whatever's going on, right? Even if it's time apart, is supposed to happen. Don't forget, you are on a spiritual journey. They are on a spiritual journey. There's a lot of growth, especially those in the collective who haven't been, who are in the remedial stage, they're saying, of their spiritual growth. And they need a lot of extra help and extra work to catch up to where the collective is going. Right. The separation is needed for them to work on themselves. And in the process, you work on yourself, right? Fully trust the process, fully trust your angel guides, and fully trust in the knowing that, again, everything is working out the way that it is supposed to. That is your message. Lovely, 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 Jasenia. Now, so Tati broke up. Tati, did you break up? What have you been doing with yourself, Tati? She brought up Haitian Independence Day, right? Don't even know where to begin with this message. Biggest takeaway, right? A lot of us, right? Regardless of your, right, come from a nation. And we've done some regressions on a few of you guys, right? We know that some of you guys, you're welcome to Senia, do come from a long line of queens and kings and queens and other notable people. But when we talk about places like Haiti, which is being unfairly picked on, by the way, it's not by coincidence, and it's not us who've done that to ourselves. It's just made to look that way. But they are the poster child for taking what it is, whatever it is that you want, right? They are the poster child for You could only get away with mistreating me for so long, but then again, I have to turn the other cheek and show you whose child I am and what I am made out of. There's so many misconceptions about Haiti, about voodoo, about the Loire, and all these different things we have going on to disillusion the collective from just how powerful Haitians and the island itself is. There's a reason why we ended up being the first republic to gain our independence. We were so good at it, we helped the US with the French Revolution. We helped numerous other countries gain their freedom because there's a certain power inherent in the land of Hispaniola, but most specifically in the seat of Haiti. And a lot of people, a lot of mystics, a lot of sorcerers, a lot of witches, a lot of colonists don't want to admit to it. They just want to exploit it. Bringing up Haiti and the Knight of Pentacles, because this gives very Dessalines, right? Louverture energy, right? Energy of conquering your enemies. The biggest message Spirit wanted me to share with you guys in this moment is that a lot of you are coming up on the time where your enemies will have no choice but to bow at your feet. They're going to make every claim in the book to say you're not as great, you're not as powerful as you say you are, but take this one bit of advice and say nothing. Your walk, your words, your blessings will reflect just how powerful you truly are. Don't get caught up in the matrix, because so many of us do, right? Don't get caught up in the disillusionments. Just keep doing you. And again, going back to that, keeping focused on your goal, keeping focused on your gifts, right? The islands, whether we're talking about Haiti or Trinidad, right? Or, I don't know, Bahamas, the Virgin Islands. Those places tie back to Atlantis. What do you know about that? And the power within that, right? There's so much we could talk about. They want me to go into the capital of Atlantis and where that was at. And do you know what precious mineral that they're after in Haiti? Of course not. Most people don't. They really don't, right? And that's loosely based on what we saw with Wakanda and vibranium, right? One day we're going to have a whole discourse on Haiti, its religion, its spirituality, and why it's under attack. Nope, it's rarer than platinum. Much rarer than platinum. I think we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it sometime during the first 3 months of the new year. I'm going to get all of my facts, right? Because Spirit is telling me one thing, but we're going to go and get all the facts, right? All the researched historical facts. But the biggest reason why Haiti is in the state that it's in, especially the capital, right, is because they want to backdoor, and you guys know who I mean by what I say by they, right? We're not going to try to get into too much trouble on these TikTok streets, but they want to backdoor their way into Haiti to claim the land, right? Because that's still going on in 2025. So all these rebels who have been funded, provided ammunition and artillery, because where are they getting these military grade weaponry from? Riddle me that, Batman, right? We don't make those. They didn't fall from a coconut tree. Right? But just like iridium, thank you, John. Just like the crack epidemic of the 80s here in the United States, that too will fail, right? There's going to be a period of upheaval and, more civil wars, I guess you can call it. But things will swing back to normal, right? Especially when the people remember who they are and that their brother and their sister is not their enemy. I feel it, Tati. I feel it. It is necessary because the Loa are none too happy, right? There's just too much going on, too much bloodshed in the streets. It's just way too much. And it's all the agenda. I pray Haiti and the Dominican Republic unite. If I could see that in my lifetime, I would leave this experience of Earth a very happy camper. Will I see it in a lifetime? Only God knows. The Dominicans have too, been raiding their own storehouses and selling ammunitions to the rebels, right? To the gang leaders, right? Everything is possible indeed, John. Momo, where you at? Because I could go on a whole tangent. I think I did, right? About Haiti. But yeah. The amount of natural resources, and if we go through the history on how many different occasions and different presidencies that the U.S. has tried to plant their flag, plant their presence in Haiti. And, our presidents have been like, yeah, nah, I'm good, right? Especially the Duvalier eras, right? Both Papa Doc and Baby Doc, right, were really good at keeping foreign interference from happening. But now people like the Clintons and other well-to-do folks have so much land in Haiti. I wonder why, right? When we first started seeing this happening in the late 90s, we heard about this person buying land, right? Outside of the city in the province, right? In the mountainous areas, the lush fertile areas. We hear about so many people buying land. It's like, oh, that's weird. Maybe they just, like the country. The rich and famous know what they were doing, right? They knew exactly what they were doing. So, I don't like it either. And sometimes I'm like, what can I do? The time will reveal itself and answer that question for me. It's very disturbing to see. Momo, okay. Did you have a specific question, or would you like a general message? As I sit here with the energy, because Tati, your energy is heavy as fuck. In a good way, right? It's like I've lived through times to see Haitians get persecuted, both here and abroad, for every reason under the sun. Back in elementary school, right? You were teased, horribly teased. I was horribly teased for being Haitian, right? And all the negative connotations. But who started those negative connotations and made it a thing, right? And then we had that whole AIDS epidemic where we had to take to the bridge. I was too young to take to the bridge, but I wanted to. Young Etta wanted to, right? Because they blamed Haitians for the AIDS epidemic, saying that we brought it into the country. But it's been here since the 70s. Why are we bringing this up in the 90s, right? But that goes to show the historic or part of the historic persecution of the Haitian people. In a nutshell, like the Moses movie, Let My People Go. All right, Momo, we're shifting the energy to you. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. A mini love reading, right, for this 2025. John, you see, and I got to stop looking at these comments because they are sending me. You're right. It is another lab creation, right? To marginalize and control the people. But it got a hold of the wrong people, just like the crack epidemic. All right. I'm truly turning away from the comments right now. And focusing the energy on Momo, aka You've been quietly working on things, and I love that for you, Momo. You have the Moldavite, the cowrie shell. Somebody asked a question in their head, and the answer is yes. Jesus. Or the clear quartz. Which pile is your pile? You're right, see? You're right, classy. Yes. They do. They do, they do, they do. And we have our Kipper on deck, as well as the Romance Angels. King of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Sag, Leo energy, followed by the Queen of... Talk about quietly working on things, right? Let's get some clarification before we start this. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Both crossing. There we get the Romance Angels. So then we have Vanessa and Boogie next. What other messages does Momo need to hear about love? What other messages does Momo need to hear about love? What other messages? Anything? Anything else for Momo? They're saying no, right? This was most notable, right? This poverty card that kind of wanted to go over the table and on the floor and then not be called. Which is 37, which is 10, which is cycles coming to an end, new cycles beginning. The biggest thing that came out when this card, money may be tight now or may not be as in abundance as you wish now. But don't forget, you put in your request a long time ago, right? Don't let this be a point of contention or abrasiveness, arguments within your relationship, right? Because you see how these two figures, first of all, they're on different levels. They're different signs. Neither one of them are looking at each other. They're off looking into their goals, which is great. You need to do that, right? Not lose sight of their goals, not lose sight of your goals, but also do not lose sight of what's important. You've manifested big things, small things, in between things throughout your entire journey, even before you were aware of your bippity boppity boo, even before you were aware and you just had a hint that you were something special, you were manifesting things. Baby, now is not the time to forget that ability. Whatever you put in, though it's taken a long time to arrive or looks like a long time to arrive, it is coming in, right? I'm glad to see your person has been really enjoying making the best out of, I should say, their new position at work, responsibilities, levels. Whatever happened in the past, the negative connotations you have associated to their work, You've let some of that stuff go energetically. Your guides are asking you to let the rest of it go, the muck of it go. And again, it's coming out. Do not lose sight of what's important. Yeah, you need money. Yeah, you need to go on vacation. Yeah, you need you time. Yeah, the kids always need something, right? Always, always, always. They never don't need anything, right? They're always growing out of something, always getting into something. They're just a constant expense, a beautiful expense, but an expense nonetheless, an expense that has always been taken care of and will always be taken care of, right? With this coffin coming up crossing you is really putting to rest once and for all, trying to start off this new year on a clean slate of putting everything behind you, even when behaviors show up that are reminiscent of what happened in the past, saying, you know what, that was then, this is now, right? Even though it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, that bitch might be a swan this time. It might even be a mechanical duck. It might be a figment of my imagination, right? It is a whole cartoon character and not the real thing. So I'm not going to get caught up in it, especially as you reach the beginning of March, right? As you're going through that solar return, because you're going into, right? 2024 gave you your wings, right? 2024 gave you your wings. 2025 will show you what to do with it, right? You know what your purpose is. You think you know what your purpose is, but you're really going to be shown what your purpose is. And then you'll come to realize that a lot of the nonsense, the tears, the hurt, we're not going to discount that, right? And just throw it in the box and close the lid and say bye-bye. No, we're going to address it. We're going to work through it. We're going to heal it. Then we're going to throw it in the box, throw some flowers on it, and bid it adieu, right? Bury it once and for all. All of that was preparation, right? You're going to win big, but first you had to be prepared. You're going to have it all, right? But first you had to be made strong. End of 23 to now has all been a part of making you strong, which by default, de facto, made your person strong. Do not lose sight, because again, neither one of you are paying attention to the other energetically or in the way that you're supposed to. Do not lose sight as to why you two were brought together. Yes, you're different. Yes, you look at life and love in different ways. Yes, you have different levels of healing that you guys need to do as individuals. But do not forget the purpose you serve together. And that trumps, no pun intended, all things. Okay? Okay. That is your message. Vanessa, get ready, and then it's Boogie. I had to check my other phone real quick. Ooh. And what we were just talking about, wow. Please be nice to him, pretty please, right? And TikTok department, who are you? I'm glad he loves the job. Hi, Emil. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, there's just something about this Tati person. I'm going to find you. I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, Momo, but I mean, since you brought it up, yeah, you are the problem again. And there's going to be more opportunities for you to stand in that energy come March, April, May, right? Before your solar return. You are being encouraged to use your energy in other ways, especially since you know it's going to get more. Use your energy, because that air energy, right? That Gemini energy in better ways. You saw the king, and then we went to the queen. I'm done with you, Momo. I love you mucho, but I'm done. I am done. Oh, yeah. We love shopping. We do, we do, we do. Hi, Mars. How are you? How are you? This deck has been behaving really, really weird today. Like when channeling that message I posted before going live, like shuffled the cards, cut, 3 cards came out, talked about them, put them back in, shuffled the cards again, the same 3 cards in the same exact order came out. I was like, I can't. But you know what happens in my household when people go shopping? Fashion show. I'd like to see what you got. I really like to. I just, I just love seeing what people get. Vanessa. Did you have a specific question, or would you like a general reading? Time now is 2:40. I do feel like Boogie is going to be our last reading on the live. So if you would like a personal reading, definitely book your soul session. And we'll take it from there. Put you back in. You guys, don't forget to follow me on YouTube. I don't think TikTok is going anywhere, but what do I know? So just in case it does, best way to get at me is through Patreon, and I'm posting more content on the YouTube channel. I love you, Loca. So, Vanessa, did you have a specific question, or would you like a general reading? Now that after, I forget his name, but the guy that does all the talk for TikTok, right? After that meeting with Trump, and then a week later, not even a week later, Trump is like, we need to stop this because my administration can figure out a better plan. Because Trump is the money man. TikTok shop alone makes too much money for the U.S. government just by the use of the post office itself. You see how many people on TikTok shop have become multimillionaires in 2024? How much action the United States Postal Service is getting just off this one shop? Come on. There's got to be a better, bigger way to do this. Not to mention the taxes that creators and shop owners have to pay to Uncle Sam. Come on, it's too much money being made for the United States to walk away from it. I guess this is our confirmation. It's way too much money. But what do I know, right? Spirit-led is fine. All right, so pick your pile. You have the clear quartz, the moldavite, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? Loca, what would I do without you? What would I do without my OGs? I don't know. Love you guys. Like cook food. Middle pile. Okay. So, Vanessa, you have the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. Before we even pull from the Kipper deck, right? Somebody cooked here. Oh, Vanessa. Just exactly what you thought in this moment is exactly why it was said exactly like it was. Your spirit team, right? Your ancestors, more specifically, are hella proud of you and the work you've been doing and the things that you've been doing and how you've been growing in your spirituality and how you've kept a stiff upper lip in the face of adversity, standing in your bippity boppity boo, right? You will continue to be one of God's strongest soldiers in 2025 and probably 26 too, right? You're not exempt from that. However, because you've been committed to the work, you have stood in faith. Things are going to change for you quickly in the direction that you wanted to go. Just as we talked about the knight always getting the job done, whether it's the Knight of Swords, Pentacles, Cups, or Wands, they always get the job done. How they go about getting the job done differs. But as the Pentacle is, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. We always reference his little horsey, his white horse. Behold a pale white horse. For those of you who have been with us on the live since the beginning and would like some material to wrap your brain around, pick up Behold a Pale White Horse, right? The angels wanted to interrupt Vanessa real quick for that, right? But you look at the horse's eyes, they're like, can you slow down? I can only move but so fast. I'm hearing straight ahead. Things are moving exactly how they're supposed to. Keep charging straight ahead because who's behind you? Speaking about Big Daddy Michael, right? Archangel Michael, fully protecting you, right? There's going to be times where you're going to have to come from behind this canopy and get to working your bippity boppity boo to help others. When those moments come, you will know. But right now, they want you to start preparing to, and this is a message the collective has been getting for weeks now, prepare to receive the blessings that you have been calling down, right? The things that you've been praying for, right? Just know the changes are going to happen very, very quickly. It's going to be suddenly. It's not even going to be night to day, because night to day, right? Sun starts going down like around 4, right? Ish here in New York, right? And it gets completely dark by like, I don't know, 5:36-ish. Let's give it a cool 2 hours, right? It's going to be quicker than that. It's going to be in this, you're going to be in this situation where you want this thing, you have it. Just like that. Things are going to start to magically fall in. Well, not magically. You earned this, right? Everything is happening according to divine timing and in a divine way. Things will fall into your lap. Just prepare to receive it, right? They don't want you to be in the position where they throw you the ball, right? And you're not paying attention and it hits you upside your head. How many people have that happen to in high school playing volleyball or dodgeball or some other sports because you wasn't paying attention, right? They want you to pay attention. They want you to stay tapped in, tuned in, and most especially keep doing what you've been doing because you're going to receive the results that you've been seeking and you're going to receive them very, very quickly. Any other messages for that fell on the floor? Lovely Vanessa. Ooh. Thank you. Oh, this one almost fell on the floor and it just dangled on the side of the table. So this occupation card coming out face up, but in reverse, right? You do nothing except what you've been doing and preparing to receive what you have been praying for. Your guides, right, are going to bring it to you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to do anything extra, but relax and prepare to receive everything you've been asking for. Get out of this energy of concern, regardless of what you've been concerned about, right? And of course, we're human, right? Having a very spiritual experience, but at the end of the day, and at the start, pretty much the entire day, we're still human, right? So we're going to have these experiences. Where we are overly concerned with a particular outcome because Bills need to get paid and itches need to get scratched if we're going to keep it 100, right? But they want you to know that everything from the bills to the itches will be taken care of in the way that it's supposed to be taken care of. You just sit back, relax, and prepare to receive. That is your message. That is your message. I like that a lot. It was delicately spicy towards the end, but I'm sure you catch their drift. Anytime, Vanessa. Boogie, woogie, woogie. We're out there. And again, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who's been with us, right? Even if you just logged on, but thank you for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. I truly appreciate it beyond words, right? I couldn't do any of this without you guys, most especially my OGs. Hello. It is a great message to start the year, right? Don't forget, because, with the responsibility of being one of God's strongest soldiers, and being that shoulder people cry on, people turn to in their time of needs, right? Who heals the healer? Do not forget, in that package, as a healer, as a mystic, as a priest, as a priestess, as someone who has a higher calling, spiritual je ne sais quoi in this lifetime. Yeah, those battles be rough sometimes. It's trying. Some of us may want to hang up our bibbity-bobbity-boo because it gets to be too much. But don't forget, that's how you get your blessings. By showing up to work every day, you get paid every day, right? But as a spiritual person with a gift, and you're called to lead and allow your light to heal others, allow the angels to channel through you to help others. Sometimes payment is delayed or get lost in the mail, but it always comes. It always comes. With great power comes great responsibility. This also includes drinking from an overflowing cup. The wordsmith has done it again. John, that belongs in a t-shirt. That belongs in a t-shirt, right? Speaking of cups, right? Look at that. Boogie, did you have a specific question, or would you like a general message? We've got to get that started, right? We've got to get down to the schematics of that, right? We are starting a t-shirt business where the proceeds from sales will go to local shelters, right? Starting with New York, because Miss Nicole said so. But we will try to cover all the states first before spreading the love to outside of the United States. But yeah, we come up with such amazing sayings and quotes that pop up on the live. What might as well keep the gift going, right? Might as well keep the gift going. Next Wednesday, I'm just putting it on the calendar. Whoever can make it, makes it. Whoever can't, there's always next time. Next Wednesday, we will be having the OG meeting. I will send out the invites by Monday so we all could get it on our schedule for 7:30 next Wednesday. Toodle! How art thou? I won't forget. I totally forgot last week. Totally. All right. Turning away from the comments as we pull a message for Boogie, boogie, boogie. Boogie, aka you have the cowrie shell, the clear quartz, or the moldavite. And for those of you who are wondering why there's like a blip of silence after the AKAs, because I'm saying the person's government name, which isn't meant for the TikTok streets. It's okay, Doodle. It will be on the YouTube channel because a lot came out, especially in the beginning. So it will be on the YouTube channel mañana by noon. Maybe tonight. We'll see how cooperative the download process is. Because sometimes it's not cooperative at all. Makes me mad. It's frustrating, really. So, Boogie, what's your general message? Pick a general pile. You have the cowrie shell, the clear quartz, or the moldavite. The link is in my bio, Blaze. Made it real easy for you guys, right? The cowrie. Thank you, Loka. You have the Hangman, Pisces energy, and I like how all these knights came out today, right? Everybody got a knight. The Knight of Wands, right? Which is another fast-moving knight. Oh. Okay. Hold that thought just a second. What else does Boogie need? Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. What other message does Boogie need to know at this moment? It's like they've been waiting to talk to you. Okay. They're like just... You know how they say, appreciate what you have now? Or sometimes they say, one day you're going to look back and want to get back to what it was before you had your wish fulfillment, before all the blessings came in. Your guides are stressing to like capital S, capital T, capital R, capital E, double SING, stressing for you to enjoy this moment of what they're calling calm. It may not physically look like, feel like, smell like, taste like, feel like calm, but enjoy this moment where it looks like very little is happening or nothing is happening, even though a lot is happening. To kind of just chill out, take in the sights, and moving accordingly, because, my dear, you're in the very beginning of a humongous, life-changing journey. When we talk about the birth of the Christ and following the stars and the three kings bringing the newborn king his gifts, right? Frankincense, myrrh, and gold. You know what's coming. Intuitively, you know what's coming, right? You've gotten hints about it pretty much for a little over a year, right? You've just set off, right? It's like they said, on your mark, get set, go. Like they just said, go, right? So you're about to start galloping into those blessings, into those miracles, into those answered prayers. And you may not realize it, but there won't be time to chill and Maybe today you wake up at 10 a.m., maybe you wake up at 4 p.m., right? There will be no time to have that leisure because you'll be on another timeline that requires you as a divine feminine to show up in a different way. This is regardless of what it feels like, because it doesn't feel as calm as they're saying it is. It's filled with a lot of changes and new things and new feelings and new occurrences. This is just the beginning. And all this new you experienced over the past 6 weeks, it's like child's play to what's coming, right? It's not even the appetizer yet. It's not even the bread on the table yet. It's more like the glass of water. As fulfilling as these past 6 weeks or so have been, that's just the water, babe. You haven't even squeezed a little slice of lemon into it yet, right? If you think that is satisfying, wait till you get through the bread and the appetizers, the main course, and of course, dessert. With this nightlife, striptease, candle, Vegas, right? You're going on an amazing journey of life happening in a very, very beautiful way, in a very different way than you're used to. Go with the flow, right? And again, you'll be like, oh, I really do look back to those days where I could just get up whenever and do whatever and not be on anybody's time but my own. That's going to be behind you very soon. It is lights, camera, action, but you're still at the part where the curtain is still coming up, right? It hasn't fully stepped into what it's supposed to be. This coffin and high honors, right? Giving more energy of divinely with this 25, which is 7 charging ahead. Because you put everything, like you've been in this energy already. You did what was necessary. You did the work 2 years ago to prepare for this adventure. Have fun. Enjoy every moment of it. With the thrills, it's not so much the addictions or the bad advice. It's just letting you know in its crossing position that you're just now getting on the roller coaster ride, but it's not one that's filled with high highs and low lows. It's just going to be nothing but fun and soul satisfying experiences. There'll be very little time to rest and take it all in. They'll just be gift after gift after gift, blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. The challenge will be catching your breath when things really start to pick up speed for you. Practice gratitude. Do not forget to practice gratitude for how life in its every waking moment and some sleeping moments, for practicing gratitude for everything that's showing up for you at this time. Ta-da! That is your message. Heavy on the adventure, right? They're really pointing to these pyramids and like this is going to be one of those points in life that you can look back on and say, I prayed for this. And when you find yourself sitting in those moments where you say, I've prayed for this, that's what Grandma's saying. That's when you get on your knees, right? With your gratitude. You fully, downright prostrate. When you lay flat out, right? And you completely surrender in prayer, that's when you give gratitude that way. Can't think of the word. Starts with P. Well, when you lay flat out, you're not on your knees, you're flat on your belly, arms out, total surrender in prayer. Prostrate. I'm going to have to look it up. The dream of you birthing that baby is deliverance, right? Being relieved. Yes, like a plank. Like a plank. It's some nice times ahead. Boogie woogie woogie. Some really nice, fortuitous times ahead. Have you guys gotten your journal? Have you been following the prompts? Right? Did you? Well, y'all can't have all my business out here, right? Did you? Yes, I read that down too, right? Because I'd be forgetting. Did you start planning your days, right? Practicing gratitude every single. I'm just going to turn to next week so y'all don't see my gratitude messages, right? Writing your priorities, planning your day, practicing your gratitude, right? Did you last month with the new moon write the letter to your December self as your December self, practicing gratitude for every good thing that 2025, or maybe not so good thing 2025 brought you? Mercury moved into Pisces today. This is why the messages are coming out as clear as they are, right? Because Mercury rules communication. Geminis may feel a little bit too tuned in, right? As well as Virgos. Pisces is the sign that's closest to spirit because they have one foot here in the physical world and another in the spirit astral world. I forgot which planet moves tomorrow. The moon moves into Pisces tomorrow, which is Friday. A lot of revelations will be had. It's setting the stage almost, right? For a lot of revelations to be revealed to the collective this weekend. Not just about, the things you're concerned about, but other things that your guides feel you need to know about. One of the key themes coming out for 2025 is making sure you pay attention to the signs and trust your intuition without second guessing it. We all are being called to trust our intuition. Where we get a sign, we follow it immediately without trying to, I wonder what they're trying to tell me. Baby, we don't have no time for that. If they tell you walk left, walk left. They tell you move right, move right. But there's nothing on the right side. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Trust your intuition. And be like Nike. And just do it. Doodle. Same. I almost couldn't sleep yesterday because I was overwhelmed with anxiety. Not too sure why. But I'm pretty sure in the next 24 hours, no more than, it will reveal itself. The anxiety has calmed down a great deal. Breathe. Because you have a lot on your plate right now, right? A lot on your plate. Make sure you eat good, drink a lot of water, and breathe. Make sure you're they're showing me you at your desk. Every hour, take 15 minutes to just breathe. 10 minutes, at least 5 minutes in uninterrupted breathing and releasing, checking in with self and making sure your shoulders are not by your ears, your body is relaxed, your spirit is relaxed, your mind is relaxed. Because, you're going through a lot physically, but spiritually, why do you think they use twin in the word twin flame, right? We could have called them dual flames, right? We could have called them synonymous flames, right? We could have come up with some other names to explain the process, but there is something about twins. difference and the inherent power that twins, more so than triplets and sextuplets and octotuplets, and we could go on and on and on. But twins, that duality, right? That sun and moon, that night and day. Whole other type of spirit, whole other type of being, whole other type of situation that exists across time, space, and spiritual planes. Getting accustomed to that shift in energy. Reorganizing, restructuring that line of communication. Like, you don't even realize you're doing this. And it's flowing really easy. It's really easy to say. But this is major transformative work. I have twin grandbabies. You have grandbabies? Ew. A boy and a girl. Twins have very, very uniquely powerful spiritual gifts, right? Whether they are identical or fraternal, right? Very, 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 they have a very different connection. Different doesn't mean better or worse. It's just different connection to spirit. Many cultures, many society, we see Oshun with her twins, right? Many spirituality, many spiritual modalities, right? Speak about the twins, speak about Mahasa, right? They have great power. As I get goosies from my ankles to my shoulders, my goodness. It's a different type of energy, right? More than thing one and thing two, right? Frick and frack. That's the cute side of having twins in your world, right? The twins in my world, I still call them thing one and thing two, even though they're full-on adults now. Time flies. But they are very, very, very gifted and forever connected. Forever. We'll get more into that later when we chit-chat, because I'm sure we'll chit-chat at some point today, Doodle. Doodle. My mom was a twin who had twins, yet no other twins. Yet. I love how you worded that. Oh, look, 211. He always makes his presence known, right? God always makes his presence known. When two come together in his name, two or more. But yeah. Oh. Okay. Hey, Miss Nicole. 2 is better than 1. I have twin Gemini. You have twins of twins, right? Double twins. Twin Gemini cousins, and she is the manifesting goddess. I believe it. They're just different. Hi, Miss Nicole. How art thou? And little Nikki. Yes, Marcy. In short, yes. All right, it's okay, all the lives that we've done for 2024 have been posted on the YouTube channel, so definitely follow me there. The link is in the bio. Today's live will be posted by tomorrow at noon, so stay tuned. Click the notification bell so you'll know when that is uploaded. Krista, I see you, right? And then you could catch the whole message because, again, a lot for the collective came out, even before we got to the cards, right? Even before we got to the cards. So that message will be up. I'm really going to make a concerted effort to get these slides up by noon the following day so you guys have a chance to sit with it before we go live again. I'm going to make the effort to, oh yeah, might as well talk about that. I'm going to make the effort to make sure we go at least live at least 4 to 5 times a week. We are posting daily on the Patreon. So if you haven't claimed your free subscription, go ahead and claim that after the live, right? Because it's for an annual subscription. And if you already have a subscription, you might as well claim a free one too, because, things happen. What else? We're posting on the YouTube regularly. We're posting on the Patreon daily. We'll be doing daily card pulls for just the Patreon community. And we might be posting on Instagram once a week because I didn't like Instagram. But evidently, a lot of you have messaged me on there. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just not there to receive your message. I'm sorry. But it's my least favorite platform, right? Any questions, thoughts, feelings? Oh, and subscribers to the live, we'll mention this again, will get 1 card pulls, OGs, and OGs. Text me. So let me complete one thought before I get involved with another one. Subscribers to the live get 1 card pull. Subscribers to the Patreon get the mini readings you saw us do, right, with the 3 decks. Subscribers to both, it's your world. You say which one you want, right? Oh, geez, you guys know who you are. At some point this week, or you probably get it from each other, but at some point, text me or email me, right? Because OGs will, for life, right, always get whatever group prayer ritual that I'm doing for the collective. You guys are automatically included, right? Because you're OGs. You get 30% off of everything at the online boutique, whether it's services or goods. And towards March, we'll be adding more to the catalog. So I have to send you your discount code. So email me at some point today, this week, right? So you could get your discount code. Some people, like Momo, probably going to forget it and have to be reminded. But you guys have that discount code that went into effect yesterday. I second what John says. And L, yeah, I do. All that information's in the bio. I'm on Lemon 8 and I'm not sure how I want to use that space. Like, I'm leaning towards using it to just capture my transient thoughts and such. I love taking pictures, so I might post local happenings for you guys because it's Instagrammy, but it's a lot of picture based. So I might use that to, I don't know, track my own journey of revelations, like things I be seeing in the sky and stuff like that. We'll see. But I'm toying with lemonade. Yes, Instagrammy. And now I'm joking. Yay, whimsical Pisces. I love Patreon. It's very simple, straight to the point, and it keeps the community tight knit. Like, it's just us. It's just us, not these wayward souls that pretend to be us or try to interrupt the flow. Classy. What's your question, boo? I might post videos too, especially as it gets warmer and I'm spending more time at the water. I was at the water yesterday and it was not a great experience. the wind. The wind and the sand. It was a bit much. Hi, Janetta. It's been a minute. How art thou? He gets excited when I click on your live now. Hey now. Hey now. We'll call him Krista's Mister. Krista's Mister. Hey, you guys. Sending you lots of love. Right? Oh, you're coming to New York. Let's talk about that at some point between today and tomorrow. Let's just chit chat real quick if that's still a thing. How do I claim the subscription? You click the link in the bio and use a different email. Ta-da! Janetta, I've been good, and I'm happy to hear that you've been good as well. It feels like, Classy, you're on the right track. What were you thinking in that moment? What were you thinking, feeling when you first got up that morning? Right. What were you thinking before you walked out the door? This is a clear example of why Spirit wants us to pay attention to the signs. And I would write it down, right? Because it's going to tie into something that happens after the equinox, that happens after union. While January 1st is not what we as spiritualists consider to be the true New Year, it is still very significant spiritually. Again, it's that 90-day window towards 90 days, give or take, towards the spring equinox, right? So there's going to be a lot of revelations, a lot of signs and synchronicities. But as you're feeling like, I think it is, write it down. I saw this and it feels like, write it down. Because then you're going to notice a pattern between the moon cycle, your thoughts, your feelings, and the sign. And that's how it becomes easier to come into communication, have communication with your angel team, not even your spirit guides, because that's, to me, the easiest is to speak to your spirits and ancestors, but the angels can be a bit more of a challenge. And always gratitude, always, 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 always. I get tired of writing. I get tired. Well, they say, and I don't know this to be true or not true, but it can't hurt, right? It staves off reading and writing, right? Doing those crossword puzzles, right? Keeping that behavior as we age. 40, 50, not 40, damn it. 50, not 50 either. 60, 70, 80, right? Keeps the brain sharp and staves off Alzheimer's and things, other degenerative diseases. So they say, can't hurt. If you guys have any questions, any thoughts that come up, right, after the live that you want to share, don't hesitate to reach out, right? I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can reach out via DM, or the quickest way to get me is email. You sound like you need a nap, Loca. You need a snack and a nap. This is why we have communication, right? Because no man or woman is an island. We're here walking each other home. And I love walking with you. I do. See, now I want a Snicker bar. I'm going to go get one and a burger. because it's Thursday. This is going back to that statement that was made earlier in the live about holding hands. Everybody has their personal 1-2 going on, right? But with the collective shenanigans and this battle that is at hand, it is very important to not only trust your intuition, follow the signs, but help your kindreds, help your soul tribe. When it comes to us, no question is too taboo. No statement is too, there's nothing as stupid or taboo or I've never heard of, or there's nothing that we can't wrap our minds together once we put our hearts together. And we're going to need it, okay? At some point between now and the equinox. So don't. Like, if something comes across and like, oh, no, Etta might be busy. You're right. I am. But don't let that stand as a barrier, because I will always make time, find time to squeeze it in for us to figure it out, because we have to figure it out. This is not what you're not going to do in this season, in the next 90 days. What you're not going to do is push things to the side because you think they're unimportant, or we could figure it out another time. And no excuses. Something comes to mind, address it. No matter how small or how big. You get pointed in a direction, go. You get pointed to research something, do it. Do it. Right? Oh, they're going to say no. Okay, maybe, yeah, they're going to say no, but you won't truly know until you ask. Please and thank you. I want to know when the date is. When's the date? Huh? That is so exciting. You guys have a date and I'm excited. I'm super duper excited. I love Five Guys, but I got to ski mask ways Five Guys to be able to get Five Guys. Because they were affordable. And then I turned around and I was like, wait, what? In that case, I'm going to Burgerology. Vanessa, it is my pleasure. Oh, a 6th day in March. I love it. I'm hearing lyrics and songs I've heard many times before that loudly stand out. Would you like to share? Five Guys is a once in every few months kind of place, especially those milkshakes. Them things are decadent. You gotta get a grilled cheese at the patty. That's something a mom would say. We're gonna figure this out. Really now, Krista? Really? Yeah, Boogie, you heard what I said. We're just gonna keep the tape rolling. Keep going. The bread is better and more cheese. Thanks, Mom. I will try it and I will let you know. You'll be the first person to know. I keep getting love music, but I just want to listen to fun and free. Where is it pointing you? Right? Because it's not, especially if you got one of those playlists with 200 songs, right? Or more, right? Or you put it on shuffle, or you pick the playlist that the thingy chooses for you, right? There's always messages in the lyrics, especially when it comes to the older songs, right? Songs created up until we'll give it early 2000s, before music was heavily manipulated. Met his dad. That's so cute. Oh, yeah. Whenever it's on shuffle, They're trying to tell you something. What is it? That's for you to sit with and not run from because you want to be fun and free. Because sometimes, a lot of the times, you want to do one thing and Spirit's like, yeah, we're doing this instead. Dead and gone, T.I. Points to that coffin card. Lizzie, original. I thought we were just calling her Lizzie instead of Lizzo. So no sorries, right? We're on a nickname basis with them, with all of them. I woke up midnight, New Year's Eve day, angry, sad, and heartbroken. And you don't know why, but you do know why. That thing you're trying to suppress, that we're told not to just put it away in a box, just to have it put away in a box and out of our face. There's something that you've been blocking emotionally that you are being called to deal with, heal, and then put it away, right? We're not just shoving it in the closet. We're not shoving it or anything else in the closet in 2025. We are doing the work that's called of us. Mm-hmm. What's the importance of 6? 6 is the number of balance, is a number of balance, emotional balance. It's the number of the lovers. It's the number of the divine feminine, right? I don't think I shared that with you guys before. Yeah, and 7 is the divine masculine. So what is your dad telling you about your journey? Or what is he trying to assist you along your journey with? Right? What is he coming to your aid for? Because he's just not there making his presence known to let you know that you're not alone. Yeah, that plays a part of it too, but it's more than that. You answered your own question, Embrace. Did you realize you did that? Did you realize you did that? But you did. You answered your own question, right? And it plays into the things you've been tucking away emotionally, right? Not with just one person or one masculine, right? But other instances where you're holding on to the fragments of heartbreaks from lovers past. Something to sit with. Something to sit with, especially fragments of the heartbreaks from lovers past. From your first time, that puppy love, right? Through yesteryear. Going through all those situations, looking at those fragments. You know how we used to have to defragment the computer, right? Some of us still do it, but on the older models, it was a must. They're trying to get you to defragment your heart. Your heart space. And the residue left behind from lovers past. You did it again. Turned around, started doing what I fear. What we think about the most is what we manifest. I wish there was an easier way to deliver that. And some people take comments like that as blaming, but it's not. Right? It's just the cause and effect of our reality. There's a lot of things you're running from, a lot of things that you're bottling in that your guides are asking you embrace, to actually sit with and try not to just put a Band-Aid on it because you want the bleeding to stop. Bleed. You're not going to bleed out, I promise you. It'll clot long before that, right? And Boogie, you answered your own question. Oh, they're too cute. Are bunnies one of my good omens? That's exactly why your heart feels like crying. Embrace. But yes, Boogie, just as you said it, bunnies are one of your good omens, right? Switch the words around and take my name out of it. Yes. And bunnies are very synonymous with it. Oh. My ring was oily and it looked like it was scratched really bad. And I was like, wait a minute. But yes, bunnies, rabbits are very synonymous with the soul tribe on a whole. Is it true that if we worry about something too much, it can manifest? Yes. Because you're pouring all this energy into it, right? That's why the only things I worry about is about being a millionaire. Jokes. But yes, right? Our angels don't understand our physical words, right? Because it's hard to hear Etta speaking in English and so-and-so speaking in Swahili and the other one speaking in Mandarin and another person speaking in Creole, right? All these languages at once that the spirit has to interpret at once is too much. But they do know numbers. They do know frequency, right? All of our feelings, good, bad, and otherwise, has a frequency signature attached to it. So if you're in the signature of worry, they're going to be like, Boogie loves to worry. Let's give her more things to worry about. Yay, worry. And we're like, no, yay and worry don't go together. But because you're in the energy of it so much, right? The spirit is like, give her more of that, right? This is why we're always, always, always taught when manifesting to stay in the energy of gratitude, right? To stay in those higher tiered energy of love, joy, peace, happiness, contentment, and try not to get too sucked in by the lower level energies of hate, anger, frustration, confusion, and the such, right? There's an actual scale with a thermometer on it, right? Because spirit's not reading them words. It's reading the frequency and aligning us with experiences that match that frequency. Practicing gratitude all day. Grateful for the wind. Grateful I have air in my tires. Grateful my coffee was just the perfect temperature. They're going to give you more experiences to be grateful about, right? Because to match that frequency, match the energy of the life you are manifesting. Because it's going to happen quickly. Because the energy is very ripe, right? Riper than it's been in a very long time. You're getting nothing but good vibes because I can tell from personal experiences with you, you give nothing but good vibes, right? Even on your in-between days, you just generally radiate light. A lot of you do. A lot of you, that switch from your good side to your not so good side is one for concern. Some of you is downright scary. But, you choose to pick one frequency over the other. And I love that for you and us. Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, my loves. I think you should get a bunny. A bunny would be nice to have, Doodle. I don't know how the doodles are going to appreciate the bunny, but it would be nice to be a bunny owner, right? I, because of TikTok, learned just a couple of days ago, they're just as temperamental as huskies, which is a fun fact. So true. I've been feeling so grateful lately, and classy it shows, and it looks wonderful. It fits you, right? It really, really fits you. I worry about nothing. I don't have to. That goes on a t-shirt. Putting that on a t-shirt. Oh, geez. And anybody who's interested in starting your own business, okay, I'll put it out there to the collective. If you're serious about starting your own business, email me. OGs, well, we'll see what Spirit wants to do, but we're going to support somebody's dream of entrepreneurship in 2025. That's what we fitting to do with this t-shirt business. Classy, stop. Classy, don't play with me. Don't play. Do you really? Can I see it? Not because I want to validate that it exists, but I want to see it. I want to see it. Full moon food. Just in time, right? Because we were supposed to log off like 10 minutes ago. Email me. I want to see the business plans. And I'm serious. As long as you're serious about starting a business, I'm serious about picking someone. Spirit's going to choose who gets to spearhead. But yeah. Who's beeping their horn? Are you bringing Snickers? No. Okay. It is still daylight. We've been on since like 2 something. And I need a snack, right? And I'm not going to eat on the live, right? I'll drink water. Sometimes I want to drink other things, but I still drink water or tea on the live, but I don't eat on the live. Classy. The way my heart is smiling nearly jumped out of my chest just now to look down and see you working on your what? My goodness. And Boogie, you caught that. As you always do. As you always do. On that note, if you guys doodle, we'll give you a pass for as long as you need to, right? Get back to it when your plate lightens up just a little bit. Definitely get that candy bar because I'm going to get a candy bar. I want to say you did, Boogie. I want to say you did. There's like 3 to 5 of you who have been granted permission in the astral by the head honcho himself, right? Because I do wear glasses. Don't have them on now, but I do, right? That when y'all need me on that side, I will be right there. No questions asked. I'm pretty sure more people will be granted access this year. That should be fun. Which I should put out there because a lot of you are higher spiritual folks. If you suspect that I'm in your dreams, test me. Test the Etta that has presented itself to you by speaking to me through your heart space, not your physical words. And that will always validate whether or not I'm or that person, that apparition you're seeing is me, or whomever is trying to pretend to be somebody else, right? Sometimes we'll get visits from our ancestors and people that have crossed over, right? Especially if they've crossed over recently. Don't think that because it looks like, talks like, moves like, walks like, that's that person. Always, always test the spirit. Even if you see them clear with your physical human eyes, you see their presence, you smell their perfume, you smell their cologne, test the spirit to make sure that it's truly them and not a poser. And the best way to test the spirit is by speaking to them through your heart space, not your physical words, not your written words, just through your corazon, that area, right? Your fourth chakra. Something tells me full moon food, we would have a lot of fun. Skipping amongst the stars and getting into good mischief. You gave him amazing advice. You gave him amazing advice, Boogie, because far too often that happens, right? Remember earlier in the live, in the very beginning, new levels mean new devils, and they will try to come into your life by any means possible. Came into my dream before I even knew he had passed away. Now that is a telltale marker of a very, very deep physical on this earth plane relationship, right? Friendship, right? Not a physical hanky-panky type of friendship, but there's a deep connection, not necessarily hanky-panky, but there's a deep emotional connection when spirits, young spirits, right? Spirits who have recently transitioned are able to present themselves to their loved ones. Oh my gosh, he has to be very careful because we all remember, because you're part of the group that was here with him who shall remain nameless, and you saw for yourself firsthand, Boogie, what can happen when you astral project and play in that area unsupervised, unchecked. See, now if we get into that class, see, we'll be on the live until the sun goes down, and I really need a snack. Him and his partner definitely protected me. I love that for the three of you guys. Sometimes we work out the karma that we failed to do on earth when we start working in spirit. So if you don't get to complete all that you thought or think or feel that you should have in this lifetime, there's more. But wait, there's more. Chocolate covered cherries. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. His mom still calls and asks about me. Little old me. Now that's special. That is special. To be loved. She's a special lady. She is a special lady. Well, now that you've made your date public, take extra care between now and then and beyond. Like that first 2024 is going to be a very on guard year, right? Not overly vigilant, aware. He cut his finger twice the day of her funeral. First off, he's showing his bippity boppity boo and what his people practice, right? But we're not gonna get too much into that, but he knows exactly what was up, right? Especially if it was on his left hand. Then I would, he knows, right? When you know, you know. He knows, but still take care not to be taken advantage of. Hi, Mercy. We aren't doing any more readings on the live as we are getting ready to wrap up, but please feel free to schedule a soul session. That information is in the bio. And on that note, okay, it's a thing, Boogie. It's really, really a thing, right? It's really a thing. It really, 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 really is. My loves, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for spending this part of your day and your evening. Oh, he's spiritual, more than he has let on, more than he let on to believe, right? Either he doesn't know, doesn't realize, or is keeping it tucked in, right? Pending his personal investigation, his personal comfort level with letting it all hang out, so to speak. But we love him still. We love him still. That's all in good vibes. Everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you for spending this part of your day with us. I appreciate it. Oodles, oodles, and oodles. Until we meet again, please stay blessed.